Hello and welcome to the Archibald Chesterfield, the third live show. And today I've got a very, very special topic, and I want to bring awareness. I am an international YouTube celebrity. I'm an icon in my own frame. And normally I don't like to talk about how cool I am, but the reality is I'm probably the coolest luxury goods guru out there. And I mean, us cool people, we don't like to mention how cool we are because that's just so uncool. But the only reason why I'm mentioning this today is because I want to declare on YouTube that I am proud to be a monger. Proud to be a monger. That's right. I use the services of prostitutes, hookers. I pay for sex. And there's a lot of stigmas out there. I was on a recent Bangkok tour this year, actually. And I had a young man with me who wanted to be shown around and had fun with the ladies. Quite a socially inept young man. He had a few very troubling physical problems. He kind of is the sort of man who really couldn't pick up anything besides venereal disease. Anyhow, long story short, he paid me to be a host, an entertainer, a luxury guru on mongering. And I got to tell you the truth there. He's ashamed to admit he partakes in paid liaisons. And I think this is a great shame. So without further ado, to this weekend, I'd like to proudly announce the Proud to be a Monger fundraising weekend. I'm raising funds because I'd like to give some gifts to working girls in my community. And if there's enough funds, I'll even be bringing some funds overseas to give to some working girls in the international Asia Pacific region. So please give generously. And before we go any further, I'd like to introduce Australia's favorite John. Australia's favorite John. A guy who's helped me a lot. Australia's proudest John Suckahorn. How are you, John?
G'day, Archie. How are you, mate? How you been?
I am over the moon. I am over the moon there, John. I am over the moon. So I'd like to, for those of you who are a little bit naive there, customers for working girls, they refer to clients as Johns. John Doe, John. You're a John. You're just another John. But your real name is John, isn't it, John?
Yes. Well, you go into these joints and you say to these shillers, "What's your name?" You go, "John," and they look at you. You look at you. You don't have to look at my license. Your driver's license. That's my real name. No shame of having my name is John. Very popular when I was a lad. That name.
It's nothing. Hey. There's nothing wrong with John. John's a great name. And this weekend, I want to declare the hand. Yes, I am the coolest luxury goods expert on YouTube, and I want to declare that I have paid for sex. I have used freelancers, service providers, and I wanted to ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot, John. Have you paid for sex, John? I want you to declare it on YouTube, national YouTube audience here. Have you paid?
Hundreds and hundreds of times in Australia, and possibly thousands of times in Asia. But hundreds of times, I've got no shame about saying it. You pay one way or another. If you walk into these places and you pick up a chick, you'll pay one way or another. Whether they're working on the game, or you just meet them at a dance, or you meet them on Tinder, or you'll pay one way or the other. So don't think it's that they're giving it away for nothing. No woman will give it away for nothing.
I got to tell you the truth, John. I have a higher respect for women who are on the game than for normal, regular women. I really, one thing that really irritates me is people who look down on other people. And I don't want to mention any other YouTube channels because that's just morally wrong. But there are channels out there that are bigoted and prejudiced against service providers. There are channels out there who pretend to be gentlemen who deny the basic need, the basic man's need to pay for sex. They deny this, and there's a
Would if they could, mate. They would if they could, but they're afraid. They're little closeties, really.
well, I did notice that one of these people who does criticize me and the mongering I partake in does have a pubic hair problem with his moustache. So I do sense that when you have a pubic hair problem, you might also have an erection problem. I don't think it's quite developed down there. Does that make sense?
Well, there might not be too much down there either, really. There might not be too much down below. You can't grow it on your lip. You might not be able to grow it too many other places.
I must say, John, you are sporting a fantastic moustache there. That's there's no pubic hair problems with you.
No, I'm set out the feelers. Should I get it? Take it off before I go to Thailand. And my wife said, "Oh no, the girls will like that." So she likes it. So I don't think I'll shave it off. I just might leave it on. The only problem is you sometimes get a little bit of the aftertaste on it. You lick down on your lip, you get a little bit of a last night's soup on it. But
nothing wrong with that. Nothing a good growl out can't fix, Johnny, I'm sure.
Oh, they love it, don't they?
I've never had a beard. I never had a beard. I've never had a beard, and I never had a beard or a moustache in my life, John. Very, very clean-cut, conservative guy. Clean cut. I could join the Mormons, mind you. My mongering pursuits. I want to declare it now. I'm a proud monger, and I just wanted to say to you, Johnny, is that I'm happy to declare my hand on national or international YouTube fame. I'm a monger. Yes. And I wanted to talk about a few things today, Johnny. It's today I'm raising funds for, it's a fundraising weekend. I'm raising funds to buy some gifts. I want to give something back to the community. And I haven't had any funds come in yet. I'm a little bit disappointed, but part of my shtick is to break down social problems that are out there in the community. So I'm sure that part of the education process, things will certainly lighten up. So yeah, John, I just want to say that I've had no donations have come in yet. But I really do want to support this cause. So yes, I do want to support this cause, and
I think you'll find people who are critical, of that, they do it from the outside. Like I've never been out with a bloke in Thailand, or been to a bar in Thailand, and spoken to a bloke outside, and he said, "Oh, I didn't like that." Like he didn't like seeing women in bikinis, sit on his lap, and for the sake of a drink. And I've never heard a bloke say, "Oh, I didn't enjoy that," or "I don't want to go back there again." They can't wait to get back. You can't pull them out of the joint. They don't want to leave. So
no,
I think you find that the people who are critical of it, and have no idea of what goes on, they've never been there. You're like, we've got people watching today. Mr. Cole. There's other gentlemen on who have been to Thailand and experienced this sort of stuff. Well, they might not want to admit it, but I'm sure they're not ashamed of it. Some people make a living on YouTube out of doing that sort of thing. Like if
some people make a living on YouTube putting my activities down. Well, it's very sad. I actually saw this very poisonous, lecherous. What's the word for that, John? What word I'm looking for? Lecherous. Is that the right word?
Lech. Yeah.
He had spread gossip around that to other people that don't go on Archie's program. He goes sex tours to Thailand, and I'm a very proud mongerer. I just want to declare my hand on the channel now.
Sex tours to Thailand. Why is it a sex tour?
Because I
You
have
don't
sex
go
in
on
Thailand,
sex
John. I
tours.
had sex in Thailand. That's a sex tour, isn't it? I'm on tour and I have sex.
Oh,
It's a sex tour,
you
isn't
want
it?
to? No, it's not. You know, like because you
Just like you're a homosexual, aren't you? You have sex at home. That's home asexual, isn't it?
oh
I'm
right,
home
okay,
asexual, not
okay.
homosexual. I have sex at home.
You have sex at home, all right. Well, by that definition,
No self-service. Could I please also put there no self-service? I want to declare it also no self-service. I have providers or people available. I don't understand. Some of these people who make these dispersions can, I believe some of them are going blind at this very point.
well, here's a
That's a
gentleman.
Catholic joke. That's a Catholic joke, John. They're going blind at this very point. It's a Catholic joke. Now,
We've
John,
got one.
I'm just going to grab my coffee. Could you please explain that Catholic joke to the audience? I'll be back in
Uh,
one tick.
a better one. We've got a gentleman on at the moment, Dave Sykes. I saw a ping pong show in Bangkok. Well, did you walk out of the show, Mr. Sykes? You know, were you disgusted with it, or did you stay to the end and watch it? I bet you stayed to the end. I honestly believe, you know, anyone that looks down their nose, you know, at a woman working in a bar in Thailand, and not even understanding the circumstances of why they may work there, or why they have to do that, you know, whether they choose to, or, you know, they're forced into that situation by circumstance. And you want to look down at that sort of person in life, well, you've got some sort of chip on your shoulder yourself. If you're making out you're better than them, you really are in my book. But that's Archie was saying, and maybe it's some sort of sense of, you know, Catholic, morality, which is which many of us have been brought up with, that you know, you're inclined to look down, you know, on other people. You know, wasn't it the Bible that says, you know, who is without sin, you know, cast the first stone? I don't think you'll find too many out there, gentlemen. These so-called, you know, people are being, you know, critical of, you know, of Archie's situation. Well, at least he's honest about it. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Say that you've been to a bar in Bangkok, you know, let alone say that you've been with a Thai bar girl. You know, I think you'll find, you know, some of the people who are watching this, you know, that have experienced, you know, that sort of thing. You know, they have no qualms with being with a Thai bar girl. You know, many gentlemen, you know, like to retire, you know, to places in Thailand, you know, to enjoy the, the Thai nightlife and the bar life.
Hello, Mr. Fuckahorn.
If we get a live ping pong show when we're in Bangkok, maybe unlikely, you know, get that done. You see it once, you've seen it 1,000 times anyway. You know,
hello, John. How are you?
Hello, John. How are you? We're talking about ping pong shows in Bangkok.
Ah, look, I'm a
once,
doer, not a watcher. Like, these things don't impress me. John, I want to talk. I'm gonna.
I'll tell you what impresses me. I'll tell you what impresses me in Bangkok is when they get the soda water bottles out and they open them up with their cunt. Oh, I'd stand up and clap every time for that. Oh, it's fantastic, especially when they shake up the bottle and they open it up with their cunt. Oh, it goes about 10 feet in the air. It's fantastic. I stand up
John,
and clap
I want
for
to
that
talk
every
to you.
time.
I want to break some social boundaries. Like, I don't know how the hell we could get onto that topic there, John. That's just ridiculous. I want to talk, John. I want to talk, John, is that I want to just declare this with you. This is just me and you talking, okay?
Yep, yep.
So I just want to let you know, John, I want to tell you I lost my virginity to a working girl, John.
So did I.
And, you know, I tell you what happened. I was a young man.
Yeah.
I had a brand new BMW. I had nice clothes. And the women were just such bitches, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck this. So I was so naive. Can I tell you this story, John? I was so naive. I rang up this brothel, right? And I asked for Rhonda because I had this misconception that all prostitutes were called Rhonda. I don't know why. I had no idea. How's this for naive and dumb? Just dumb. And And anyhow, I
Remember
booked.
that ad on TV with Rhonda and
Sorry?
Katut. Remember that ad on TV with Rhonda
Yes.
and Katut?
Yes. Now, anyhow, John, she came out. I remember her. She was actually an Aussie girl. She was from Mount Isa, and a little bit beefy, but not terrible. She used to work at Suncorp, SGIO Building Society. She used to work at, and she would have been 25, 26, I remember. And I was chatting to her, and I remember it was a great experience. I took her out. Listen to this. This was my first. I was a bit of a pickup artist, even with the any ladies. Doesn't matter. I don't judge any ladies. I asked her out for dinner the next night. I said, hey, after we finished, I said, do you want to go out with dinner with me?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, she said yes. We went out to dinner together.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the relationship, it didn't go anywhere. I didn't get any freebies. Okay. I wasn't cool enough to get freebies at that stage. And what happened was we stayed in touch, and then I asked her out, but she was always working nights.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So just after a few knockbacks, she's with punters. You think, oh, just forget that. She was very focused to earn money. Which is fair enough. There's nothing wrong with her, but I still can. I can't remember. I got to be honest with you. Her name. What was her name?
Rhonda.
No. She told me her name. I can still remember her address because when I went on the date, I picked her up from a home address. She trusted me. Like she really trusted me. She gave me I picked her up from a home address, and I let her drive my BMW, John.
Oh, I don't like let any woman drive my car.
Oh, John,
Yeah.
I was just trying to impress her,
Yeah,
and
sit in the passenger seat.
it was okay. I got to tell you the truth. It was all cool. It's all cool. So look, I don't regret that. The only thing is, I got to tell you the truth, John. My dad used to do rental inspections because I rented the house off him. This is the house I'm living in now. He used to do rental inspections.
That's your family home you were brought up in as a child, isn't it?
And anyhow, he did a fucking rental inspection, and there were 3 rubbers on the bedroom floor. 3 used rubbers. Fuck, I was a grot when I was young. 3 used rubbers on the floor. I don't know what the fuck. It just was such bad timing. It didn't even occur to me to pick it up because this was my first time. I never had this problem before. There were 3 used rubbers on the floor. And I don't know what the hell he thought. He must have thought I was doing 20 times more than I was actually doing. And I got to tell you, John, after that experience there, could I please have details of your experience? I didn't actually. That one girl I went with a few more, but then I got married, and I actually didn't have any extra relation. This is the biggest stupidity. Catholic guilt. There you go, Catholic guilt. I actually stayed faithful with my first wife for about 8 or 9 years. And then I was so dumb. When I did have an indiscretion, I told her all about it. Fuck, I was an idiot. Naive moron. Can we use those words? I mean, I might be the coolest guy on YouTube now, right? But fuck, I was a naive moron. Can I use those words? Looking back on it, I look at myself and say, naive moron, okay? So, John, can we please hear about your first time there? And please change the age if you were underage at the time, because 18 is the age of consent. I don't want any problems with this video. So just
I was 18,
tweak it, okay?
Yeah, my dad took me. I was in Thailand actually. My dad took me out. Into it was a massage parlor in Thailand. And
do you remember
said,
where?
In Thailand. It was late at night. We arrived. And he took me out to this massage parlor, and he said, which one do you like?
Which area?
Oh, it was up in Ratchapasek, I think. Ratchapasek, where the Thai men go, not where the Westerners went. Anyway,
that's where 33 was from, Ratchapasek.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's near Jugga.
Yeah, a long time ago. This was, what, 40 years ago.
It's near Jugga Jug. Near Jugga Jug, isn't it?
Yeah, relatively close to Jugga Jug.
Okay, keep telling the story. I'll shut up.
And we've walked in that joint. So, which one do you like? You know? Oh, I picked out, the little young, sexy thing with, a beautiful little body. I said, I'll have her, Dad. He said, no, you fucking wait. He said, you don't know what you're fucking doing. And he's picked up this old Sheila. She's almost as old as me mum. And she was over 40. I was only 18. Anyway, she said, no, you go with her. She said, she'll show you a good time. And sure as life, I'll never forget the night I had with her.
Were you disappointed when he picked her? Were you disappointed?
Oh, she wasn't much of a looker, but she had a real nice body on her, and she knew how to use it, which is, even better still. But she rooted me stupid, that night, and all night she went too. She wasn't keen to jump out, and in the morning, but she was an absolute, taught me a few tricks, like a. I'd rather go with an older woman, when I was young than a younger woman. What do young Sheilas know about rooting? When they get to about 35, 40, they think it's their last one. So they root accordingly. They might not be here tomorrow, so this will be their last fuck, most of them.
Yes.
But I lost my virginity in a massage parlour. I've got no shame about saying that. At least my first route was a good one. It wasn't a dud. It was shown what to do the right way. It's not something that you pick up on Kellogg's cornflakes packets, is it? Or you read books about it.
No.
It's a little bit of experience. You'll find that most women, often they won't hesitate to go with an older man. If they know what they're doing, as opposed to, I'd rather chase an older, mature woman than a young, stupid one. What does a young Sheila know? But they don't know how to root until about 28 anyway. They only come into their own when 28, 30. They've got some idea about it by then.
Yes. You're right. You're right, Johnny.
I'm sure we'll chase. When I go over to Thailand, the first Sheila I'll speak to, I walk into a joint, the mama son. I'll speak to them and word them up first, the mama son. And 9 times out of 10, they've all worked on the game themselves, and they're not bad sorts, and there's no bullshit with them. They'll take care of you.
Now, let me ask you this. Why do other channels put me down because I proudly declare I'm a monger? Could I ask you that, John? Why do they do that? Let's not name any of them, of course, but why would they do that? Can you please tell me?
Well, most of them have never been to these places. Most probably sit in the corner and wank and watch, videos on it on YouTube or something, to get their rocks off. Wishing they'd be there. I really feel sorry for some blokes in life that have never experienced that sort of scene. Really, they've never experienced Bangkok or Cambodia or Burma or being with an Asian woman. Maybe my preference is definitely towards Asian women because they're feminine and they treat you as a man. Instead of wearing jeans and thongs and t-shirt, at least they look feminine. You'll go to Bangkok and it's not hard to see a woman walking down the street with a miniskirt on and high heels. I can't remember the last time I saw a woman walk down the street with high heels and a miniskirt in Australia. You just don't see it. Although the other day at the supermarket, there was this little Sheila. I dropped the wallet a few times to get a closer look. That's always a good one. You drop the wallet, so you bend over and you get an upward look. That's always a good go. You always drop something on the ground, like that thing did. Like that lady boy did to me in that video. That's an old trick. She drops something on the ground, think you're going to pick it up. No. I've fallen for that one before.
Oh, so you pick it up, then what happens?
Oh, well, often they'll grab you on the head and push your head into their cunt or something, and they reckon they've got you then, or you get a closer look up their skirt. 9 times out of 10 they're not wearing underpants.
Yeah, that one was very rough. I got to tell you the truth, John. That footage was fucking amazing. That's the
I made
ugliest
a
fucking.
I was really, I made a massive blue in that because I spoke Thai to that woman.
Yes.
Or that lady boy.
What were you saying? What were you saying to her?
I was asking how much it was, and what's the room like, and I was asking about the other Sheilas over there, and all that sort of stuff. And other Sheilas like that, and she was, she was a rough one. She was certainly a rough one. She was
putting it mildly, John.
But they're not all like that. Like you could see the bloke in that. But it was good footage. It was good footage.
It's amazing. It's amazing footage. So, John, I just want to
footage like that this time. We'll get footage like that this time, except some people in the room won't know that what we've got.
I just want to share a story here, John, if I can.
Go for it, mate. Go for it.
Yeah. So, look, there's not many people watching, so I may as well tell you the truth, John. Last night, I had a date with a Japanese girl called Naomi, okay? And I've known Naomi. Actually, John, before I tell this story, do you mind if I open up a Scotch? I just need a fucking drink. I just need a Scotch. Is that okay with you if I open a Scotch?
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
Yeah, I'll go. You grab one, then I'll go grab a drink myself.
Okay, just hang on. I'm gonna go and grab a Scotch. Just hang on there.
Yep, go for it. What have we got in questions, gentlemen? What have we got in questions? I really do believe that
I'd just like to say a very big thank you. I'd just like to say a very, very, very big thank you. Just out of interest there, someone sent me an email whilst I was grabbing that Scotch saying, are you going to UK still? 150% going to UK. I have taken funds to go to UK. I'm just getting the Bangkok tour with John organized because that was paid in advance. And then I'm going to UK. So please don't worry about that. Now, I just want to say a very special thank you to Stephen Brooks. He's sent me this here. It's the Glenlivet Founders Reserve. Now, Glenlivet's actually moving away from age on their scotches. Some of the Scotch makers, because when they say it's a 12, the youngest Scotch has to be at least 12 years old. So sometimes that doesn't mean that it's the best. So
didn't that used to come in a yellow carton?
A grey. Now this is the new Founders Reserve. Is a new.
Righto.
It's a new. It doesn't have an age classification on it. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm just pouring one now, if you don't mind, John. So to all the nasty cunters out there, fuck you, you cunts, you fucking pieces of shit. So I just want to say on the program here, John, I just want to declare my hand. Let me have a sip, okay? Anyhow, I went out with Naomi. I said, I've got to tell you this story. I want to share this with the audience. It's a cool story. So I've known Naomi for 10 years, okay? She was a working girl in Brisbane, okay? Naomi is Japanese. And I went and saw her originally, John, in 06, May 06, okay?
10 years ago.
Yeah, over 10 years ago. And I always liked her. I always liked Naomi. Naomi was a Japanese lady, wonderful figure, wonderful breasts. And she was really good. I really liked her. I liked her. Anyhow, over the course of the next couple of years, I continued to visit her quite frequently. And I always asked her out to dinner or lunch, and she was always the true professional. No, I'm sorry, I'm working, and I was always, it's okay, don't worry, it's okay. And I used to always give her a Christmas present. Used to give her a little perfume and a little Christmas card. Say, hey, thinking of you, take care. Always just a nice thought. And anyhow, she moved out of Brisbane. She went interstate. And anyhow, I didn't see her for a number of years. I rang her a number of times, but she was always interstate. Anyhow, cut a long story short, I'm on another date with a younger lady, 22. Phone rings. It's fucking Naomi. Hello, Archie. It's Naomi here. How are you? Hey, I'm fantastic. She told me she's come down to the coast and she wants to know if I want to catch up with her. So I said to Naomi, I said, hey, that'll be fantastic. Let's do dinner. And I gave her I got her a little present. I got her an expensive perfume, John. I got her a Bulgari, and I always write, a really nice little romantic card to go with it. I went down and saw the traffic was an absolute bitch yesterday. Anyhow, I turn up. She's as sexy as ever. Fuck, is she sexy. I give her the present. She gives me a good kiss. We go to dinner. We had nice Thai food, John. Beautiful Thai food. Naomi loves coconut rice, by the way. Coconut rice. So we had an entree. I'll tell you what we had, John. We had prawns as entree. And what else did we? Oh, and also I had satay beef entree as a main. Then we had coconut rice, and then we had Thai green curry and Mama San beef. Now, what's that called? That beef curry? What's that?
Massaman.
Yes.
Massaman.
Had that. I brought a bottle of wine with us. We drank that. Then we went back to her apartment. Let's come back. As soon as I'm in the room, she starts undressing me. She goes, "You look hot, Paul. Let's." And we had. I don't want to degrade the woman. All I can say is, John, I had the time of my life. She said to me, "Oh, you're not a client, you're a friend." And she said to me, next time we go out, she'll pay for dinner. And I was rather touched, John. I was rather touched. I had a tear in my eye. She told me that all the romantic cards I'd given her were on her mantelpiece in her small 4-bedroom, I'm joking, her small 3-bedroom apartment in Rose Bay.
Yes.
She said they're on her mantelpiece. She said she's going to keep them forever because I gave her another card. She goes, in 20 years' time, you talk to me, I will still have your cards. That's what she said to me. It's, I mean, these are just crappy cards I'd written, John. You know what I mean? These ladies, it's a high honor that she valued these things so much. They were just told her I cared for her.
You give them a perfume and a card, do you?
Yes.
I normally drop my wallet and not let my money fall out and pick that up and put it in my pocket. That seems to work. You drop your wallet.
John, she's a friend. It's not a paid experience, John. She was just absolutely stunning. And I got to tell you, John, she's actually. Sorry?
They all are. They're all beautiful with 6 beers in your head. They all get beautiful.
No, I only had, John. I wasn't even tipsy. I had a Pinot Noir, which is just real shit for a big bloke like me. It doesn't even make me semi-pissed. And I didn't want to drink too much because I want the performance, in the bedroom.
Oh, you pour.
And I got to tell you, what?
You've got to pour it into them. Yeah, they always.
No, she doesn't need that. She likes me, John. I don't need to pour anything in.
Likes you.
I didn't pay, John. How many freebies do you get? Look, she's a lovely woman. I got to tell you the truth. I was having a talk to her. She told me she's got a small 3-bedroom apartment in Rose Bay. She recently inherited her parents' house in Tokyo, a small 7-bedroom apartment. Sorry, a small 2-bedroom apartment in central Tokyo.
Yeah, that's worth about what? Oh, it's got to be worth a couple of mil, doesn't it?
She
in
doesn't
rights.
boast. She doesn't talk about money.
Japs don't.
She never boasted about anything. I said to her, she's told me she wants to relocate to the coast. She said she's got about 500 in cash. She doesn't need to borrow.
500 big ones.
Yeah.
500K.
She wasn't boasting. She said, oh, she doesn't think it's enough. She might just... I said, oh, I think you might get something. But I got to tell you the truth. She's a lovely girl. I'll never forget that experience with her. I loved Naomi for many years. And I got to tell you.
Like that little subtle comment you let go on a video the other day, which not many people would have picked up, you know, like I think you were talking about regrets.
Yes.
Yeah, and you said there's one regret I'll never have, and that's 33 at 257. Well, not many people know what happened there, but oh Christ, was that a great story?
Yes, that's a very good story. That was a lady I met.
Away from you. No one can take that.
No. She can't unsuck my prick, can she?
No, I can't unfuck you.
But I got to tell you, Naomi, she said to me she wants to stay friends. I said, that's beautiful. And I said to Naomi, I tell you something. She said to me, I said, why didn't you ever have dinner with me or go to lunch with me? And she said, Paul, I didn't want to embarrass you because I'm a working girl.
Never worried me one iota, you know.
And we were at the Thai restaurant. I had to go out to I had to go to the toilet. When I came back, I walked over to her chair and gave her a big kiss on the top of her head.
Oh God!
So everyone could see in the restaurant. I said, I'm never embarrassed to be with you, Naomi.
Yeah.
And very sweet girl. I said to Naomi, Naomi, I have the company of some very super rich people. I said, but this having dinner with you tonight means more to me than any of that shit.
Yeah, well,
also, they don't have a cunt. They don't have a cunt. They're blokes, John. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I mean, seriously, I tell you the truth. I said to Naomi, I said, Naomi, I always loved you. And she's a real cool lady, very cool lady. She's I hope to be friends with her. We'll just see, you know. I said to her, I said, on the way home, John, I rang John on the way after, because she said to me, she said, look, better you go home, because I had the children the next day. I got the children. And she said, look, we'll catch up again, she said to me. She had a girlfriend who was staying with her. She said, look. So I said, that's okay, because we'd had a fantastic session. I can assure you that. Coming home, I stopped in for petrol. After I rang Suckahorn, I stopped in for petrol. And I'm on the diet now. I thought, fuck this. I don't know whether I'm dreaming or not. So I went and got 2 Krispy Kreme donuts.
What time of night was this? 10 o'clock?
No, about 11.
Oh, yeah.
And they didn't have any fucking standard ones. They only had fucking cinnamon and glazed strawberry. I hate strawberry. So I ended up getting a strawberry and a cinnamon, not a glazed. I like the glazed ones. They were stale. The service was shit. Then I could tell that this had been real. It wasn't a dream. Up until that moment, I didn't know whether I was dreaming or this was real. Yes, and I got to tell you, I miss Naomi. I really, it's a different sort of love. Like, it's not someone who I want, you know, it's not something like, she's a very hard woman to capture. I asked her to marry me years ago, John. And she's not someone who wants to just live with you, but she likes my company. And she's a great woman, you know. And I asked her to marry me before I found out about the small 7-bedroom apartment in Rose Bay and the house in central Tokyo.
Yeah, well, yeah, you may have made it blue.
She's lovely. I really like her. I like her. I really like her. I really like her. I really like her. So there you go. That's the story, John.
Yeah, well,
she said to me, next time we go out, she's going to pay for dinner. I just very graciously, thank you so much. And
Yeah. Yes. Nice experience,
I was
lovely experience. No one can
a bit
take that off.
teary there, John. A bit teary, very teary there. You know, she sort of a bit teary. So I said to her, "Can you just leave the room for a minute, please?"
Yeah.
And you know, if she's into that romantic stuff, there, I'm happy to fuel their fantasy, because I always carry some spare cards with me as well.
Yeah.
Right, so I wrote another card to her, and I gave it to her. I said, "Open this after I've left." So, you know, look, she's a lovely woman. I really do. That was a great, John. That experience, as I said to you last night, that experience is $5,000 experience, 10 grand. It means more to me than money. That experience.
No one can ever take it off you. No one can ever take that away, can they?
No.
Lovely experience of life. Lovely experience.
Very lovely experience, and
you're the road man. Yeah.
I can remember every working girl I've been with who's done something for free for me. There haven't been many. I had one out of Soy Cowboy with the most beautiful tits I've ever seen in my life. I was an idiot then. I was young and stupid. She wanted me to growl her out, but I was scared at the time. I thought, oh, I might catch something, but I was an idiot, John. Bit of mouthwash afterwards would have fucking solved everything, but I was an idiot. I just, you know, that girl there. So anyway, I'll tell you the story about the Pat Pong girl. Sorry, the Soy Cowboy girl. I took her one night out. Next night, I went into the bar. She went and paid the bar fine and said, "I want to just go out with you. Let's go."
This is when you were young and good looking.
Yep, and slim.
And slim. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
I fucked it up, but John, I did some stupid things to her. I took her back to my apartment.
Yeah.
Because I was having a sabbatical from my second wife.
You took her back to your
apartment. The bitch had paid the security to ring her as soon as I come in with another woman.
Yeah, she was paying security more.
We're both stark naked, and there's belting on the front door. Open up now! Fuck. So I decided to. I handled it badly. I'm on the 6th floor of an apartment block. You can't jump out. There's no fire escape. So my girlfriend goes, "Just let me in for 1 minute. Let me in for 1 minute and I'll go."
No. Mistake. No. Mistake.
So I put the girl in the bathroom. And as soon as I opened the door, she started searching the whole apartment. She knew. She'd been tipped off. You understand?
Shoes come off, did they? She tried to put the stiletto through the girl's head or something?
That's when I got the knife, John. That's when I got the knife. See here? That line?
Yeah,
that's when the knife was thrown at me. I'm lucky I caught it, John, or else I wouldn't be chasing birds. Can we just say that? I'm lucky I caught it. I'm lucky I caught that knife, John. Even though it went through my hand, I'm lucky I caught it, because I might have a pubic hair problem myself.
Oh, yeah, well, they are prone to doing that, the Thai women. Like, it's not uncommon to see in the newspapers, you know, a couple of times a week that someone's been dismembered. Yeah, you know, that's quite a current. It used to be on the front page of newspapers every day.
I'll tell you the truth. You know, something, the makeup sex was amazing afterwards, but oh fuck, I got addicted to makeup sex. That's why I used to get into violence. She used to be very violent. I'm never been into violence, but fuck, this is how people get addicted to these abusive relationships. My God, the makeup sex. When angry, they fuck you, John. That's just you don't understand. That's just an amazing experience.
I used to live with this Sheila, you know, you'd be fucking her and she'd say, "Hit me." You go, "What? Hit you?" You know, so I couldn't bring myself to doing it. After a couple of years, she'd say, "Oh, you'd be fucking," she'd say, "Hit me." Oh, you wouldn't hold back. You'd give her a real beating. You know, belt her knee a couple of times. Oh, she'd go off like a dunny door. It was grouse. You know, but, something I've never lived, you know, lover, not a fighter. I'd rather, you know, it's pretty low hitting a woman in my book. It's the lowest of the low. But you can see the look in some
the only thing lower than hitting a woman is stalking her on the internet. Don't you think, John? That's a pretty low act too. Speaking of low acts, don't you reckon?
What, talking to them on the internet?
No, stalking a woman on the internet. You know, being a.
Well, that's right. That's the lowest of the low act. You know, stalking on the internet. You know, we know
fear. At least if the woman gets belted, it's over. But when some bastard is stalking her, the pain lingers for a long time. It's very, very psychologically damaging. And,
it is.
You know, just want to say it out there. We don't accept violence towards women at all. If you're not happy, you hate her guts, just walk away. Don't you agree, John? Let's be honest. We're very anti-violence, aren't we, John?
Yes, especially with women.
We're anti-stalking. There's some nasty fuckers out there. I'm not going to name anyone, but I've heard some rumors.
It's been proven by the victim herself. You know, like there's always two sides.
Very, very nasty shit. And I think if that person had have gone to a provider, they may not have this aggression. See, providers provide a fantastic service to the community.
Well, it's the world's oldest profession, isn't it? It's almost as old as shipping. You know, yes. It's been going around for a long time. I wish I was born with a cunt. I would have been retired 20 years before I did. You know, God put the cunt on
how bad the social stigma is. No one has donated a cent. Not 1 cent in.
You know, there was someone said that they'd sent $50 to you before. There was a comment.
There's a lot of social, John. There are a lot of social problems. Okay, there are a lot of social reasons why these things are handled this way. Do you understand?
Yeah.
There's a lot of social hiccups, John. I want to bring down those barriers, John. That's why me, as the coolest watch person on the internet, wants to bring out these topics for everyone to see, to understand why these things are so important. We've got to bring this knowledge out to the men folk there. I'm a proud monger. Are you a proud monger, John?
Walk out of the bar in Thailand and say, "Oh, they didn't like that." You ever seen that? You know, like I've never heard of it. You know, look down on the girls, you know, because they're working in a bar in Thailand. Oh, you know, like
I said to Naomi last night. I said, "I never look down on you, Naomi."
Look down on you? God Christ! What colour's your blood? Green or something?
She said to me, the reason she never went out with me was she just didn't want to embarrass me. And Naomi's one of the nicest women. When she eats, she puts her hand in front of her mouth. When she laughs, she puts her hand in front of her mouth.
Used to be very common, very, very common in Thailand. You know, women, you know, did that. They come around.
Because they used to have a fan, they used to put it in front of their mouth. You know, a fan.
Yes.
That's where it comes from. And Naomi said to me, Naomi, it's I said, I'm friends with billionaires. I'm friends with men worth over $100 million US. I said, I couldn't think of anything nicer to spend a Friday night with.
She would have loved hearing that, wouldn't she? Would have loved hearing that.
Well, it's the truth, John. I'm not fucking lying to anyone.
Wonderful to hear. Wonderful to hear that you've had a wonderful experience. Good on you. Good on you.
She's very. The funny thing is, you know, you might think I'm spinning shit. She says to me, she goes, "Paul, I never lied to you once, Paul." She said, "I always thought you're the handsomest man I've seen." She says to me, I said, "Oh, I'm fat, Naomi." I said, "Come on." She said, "Paul, I don't like skinny men. It's a sign of poverty if they're skinny." She said, "You've got the best face I ever seen." That's what she said to me. She said, "Paul, I not lie to you." She said, "Paul, I not lie to you." She said, "Paul, I never lied to you." And I got to tell you, John. It's the funny thing is with Naomi. I said, "Naomi," I said, "Come on, Naomi. Me and you both know. We both know, Naomi. You're richer than I'll ever be in my fucking life." I said, "You're worth 10 million US fucking dollars." She said to me, "It doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter, Paul."
Money is only fun tickets, isn't it? Made round to go round. You can only spend it. You know, there's no pockets in shrouds. You know, there's no good being the richest bloke in the cemetery. That don't help. We had an interesting question. I got it from Mr. Kolb. Have you ever had
yes.
2 Thai girls in the room with you at once? You ever had 2 at the same time?
I was hoping we could fix that problem up this trip, John.
The answer's no then, is it? You only got 1 prick, haven't you?
I've had 3, but not 2.
Oh, yeah. The Arabs used to be big on that in the old days. You know, like they'd fill up their rooms with 6 Sheilas, 8 Sheilas.
I could never forget your Arab story. I love your Arab story. You're walking along Sukhumvit. This Arab shits himself. He shits and walks off, and a soy dog. I can't believe your story. Is that true, that story?
It was bloody oath. It was outside, across the road from the Bangkok Bank in Sukhumvit Road. I think that's about soy 9 or 10. It was out directly outside the Thai Farmers Bank. It was in Sukhumvit Road, and this Arab, he had this big kaftan on. He was walking about 20 feet in front of me, and a couple of mates, and he was in the centre. And he just wiggled his ass. He just wiggled his ass, and he just dropped this turd out. And main drag of Bangkok, didn't even flinch. He just dropped this turd out, and his dog just came up, ran up, ate it, and ran away with the turd. Didn't even turn around to have a look. You know, didn't even turn around. Oh, God. And sort of put me off, Saudi Arabia after that, you know. I'll never forget it. You know, the funniest thing was the dog. Dog, you know, just had a bit of a sniff. I grabbed that and off it went. Oh, please. But you do see some quite amusing things in Bangkok, that's for sure. It's you know, like never ceases to amaze me. Some of them. There's soy 10. That's what it is.
I wanted to take Naomi to Singapore. Actually, I asked her. She probably won't come, but I'm actually hoping to take Naomi to Singapore. I said, "Come with me. I said, I have rich super friends. I'd be honoured to have you with me."
Taking Coles to Newcastle, in my opinion.
Naomi's special. I really like her.
Oh God, you're not going to tell me you love her, are you?
John,
yeah, what's that with those Sheilas when you're fucking them?
John,
you know, like you're fucking these Sheilas.
She's got a house in Double Bay. John, she's got a house in Double Bay. Can we just leave it at that?
Yeah, right. That helps. What about the Sheilas? You know, when you're fucking them, you know, and you're pumping it into them, you're going for your life, and they say to you, "Oh, do you love me?" Oh, fucking, you know, do you love me? I'm fucking you, aren't I? You know, like, Christ, do you love me? Oh, please. Oh, Christ.
There's a lot of persona.
How do you know when you're in love?
Sorry.
How do you know when you're in love? It's when your girlfriend puts your hand on your ass and says, "You're in love."
I like the Suckahorn. I like the Suckahorn. So, John, I think this has been a great show here.
Yes.
This has been a great show. I just want to wrap this up by announcing I've had $50 donated. Okay. I've had $50 from Terrence McManus. Alfred Watts has donated $5 US. I'm going to be buying some beautiful presents this week for some working girls in my area.
Keep your money, save it up.
John, this is part of the donation process, John. I've got to, if we get enough money, I've got to find a service provider and give them a beautiful present. This is part of the fundraiser. Now, I will cop that for the boys. I will do that for the boys, okay? I will do that because, you know, I'll man up to the challenge, John. Actually, John, I think it might be a better idea. I could even keep that money for Bangkok, and I'm sure we could find a nice girl who's deserving in Bangkok of a bit of affection, a bit of love, and a couple of shampoos and some soaps. And John, just out of interest, everyone makes fun of the fact that I give these soaps away to the girls, but often these girls here don't have small little soaps. It's always a great thing to give. You know what I mean, John? Never waste. Don't you agree, John, or not?
When I went over to Thailand a couple of years ago, I was staying at one of those joints, and they give you a little perfume. They give you the little bottles of shampoo and conditioner and toothpaste and razors and all that sort of shit. Why do you want to use their crap on my own stuff? You know, I just threw it all in a bag and, you know, brought it over to my missus. You know, she displays them proudly. You know, she's still got them. Yeah, my wife.
I like to give them out on the street, John. I like to help some really poor people. Your wife, for 30 bar in gold, there isn't exactly what I'd call a poor woman, John. No,
she'll be wearing plenty in Bangkok too, I'll tell you that.
So, Naomi, I don't know whether I've fallen crazily in love there with her. I don't know. It's a little bit freaky, John, because I never expected to hear from her. That's an amazing thing.
You, my son, you're inclined to wear your heart on your sleeve a little bit. I understand why. Some may not. But if you do wear your heart on your sleeve in life, and especially amongst Thai women, they are very rapid to pick up on that, and they will take advantage. You're better off being hard as nails with them, and you get a lot more respect, and the exercise is a lot more simpler than wearing your heart on your sleeve. As far as saying, you know, I love you to them, well, you're fucking them, aren't you? You know, like, it's for me, you know, for what I've experienced in life, love is a very hard thing to get out of me, you know, nowadays. You know, but that comes through hurt, doesn't it? And wearing your heart on your sleeve. I wish I knew what I knew now when I was a young man. You know, with women, I would have been a lot more successful than what I ever was. Not that I'm complaining.
I was an idiot, John. I was an idiot. Can you imagine this? I actually stayed faithful for 9 years. Catholic bullshit guilt. The best years of my prick I wasted. Can you believe that?
Yes, that's why you're making up for it now, I think. You know, you were married at a very young age.
I was an idiot, John. I was a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot.
Oh, look, anybody who's watching, fellas, look, don't even consider getting married until at least you're 50? in your 30s. At least, you know, like, you consolidate your money and your job and your career, and, you know, when you've got a little bit of money on your belt, then you might want to settle back, you know, think about settling down. There's certainly not a problem in doing it, you know, in Asia, but
I offered to take Naomi to the airport. She's going back on Tuesday, and she said no, thank you, sorry, it's okay, thank you very much. She just wanted to see me for that night, John. I got to lock that memory in, John.
You used to give them a block of Cadbury's chocolate and a 40 baht taxi fare home in the, you know, in the old days. And they used to love it. They thought that was enough. You know.
Yes.
With grouse, you give them a block of chocolate. Then the Yanks got in. They started throwing $10 notes at him. That fucked it. You know, that fucked things real bad. You know,
John, let's just cut the show here. I'm going to start a new show in a minute. John, I love you.
Very good.
John, I love you. I love you, John. I love you, John. And
yeah,
I'm the man I am today because of consultancy with John Suckahorn. He's guided me, and I tell you what, John, it fucking worked a treat with Naomi last night. You told me what to wear. And she said, oh, did you finish work? I said, no, I dressed up for you.
I think women, the older I get, the more inclined I'm to believe that women are attracted not necessarily to, you know, certainly they're attracted to looks in a man, but I think they appreciate power, you know, and power in a man, and a display of masculinity, you know, with a man. I'm not saying you have to go out and, you know, you see someone you don't like the shape of his head, you give him a black eye. You know, I'm not saying you have to, you know, exert your strength and your manliness that way, but if you, the way in which you speak and you conduct yourself and you walk down the street and how you conduct yourself in public is a great determination of a man. You know, like if you're a man and you disagree with something in conversation, you have the ability to sit back and shut your mouth, or you can get up and you know question the topic at hand. I think, you know, women would rather appreciate a man being, you know, forthright than being weak. It's something which look, you need to have a bit more cunt put into you. We'll show you how to do that in Thailand, mate. You know, like.
Yeah. Okay, John, we're going to cut the show here. Thank you so much. I'm going to start another live show.
Good stuff.
We're going to have another live show, so let's cut this one here. And John, stay on the airwave there. I'm going to end it now.